Okay, in this tutorial, you are going to uh, draw one of the 8 by 8 pixel items that you had created. Here's an example of a heart, and I'll show you how to set this up and do this real easily in Photoshop. Now, one thing to notice, people ask, what version of Photoshop do I need to use? Well, for this pixel art stuff, pretty much all of the versions can do this equally. So it doesn't really matter what year you're in. Whichever one you have installed on your computer will work fine. Okay, so let's just get started. So you're gonna go File, New. When you open up Photoshop, your window might look a lot different. It might look like something like this. This has a bunch of projects from last year. You could hit New File here, or you could hit File up here and hit New. Now, I had already done this lesson before, so your settings are gonna be way different. From it might start at inches or something. Set it to pixels and literally type 8 here and then 8 here. So that's the width and the height. It's 8 by 8. Transparent background is perfect. That's what we want. You can name it already or not. I'm going to hit OK. And then it's really small because it's only 8 pixels by 8 pixels. So I'm going to, with this magnifying glass here, you could just simply click a bunch of times, or you can drag to the right and it'll zoom in, depending on what version of Photoshop you're in. Okay, and then you'll find a paintbrush on this toolbar here. If you ever lose this toolbar, you can go Window Tools, I believe, right there. This will pop up. And then select the paintbrush. I'm sorry, hold the mouse down on the paintbrush, count to like 3 in your head, and then change it to the pixel tool. Now, to right click on an iMac, you hold the control button on your keyboard with your left hand, and then with the right hand, you click the mouse, and that'll give you a right click. And you could change the size of the pencil, and you could kind of see at like say 4, it'll look like that. Command Z, and then I'm going to right click and set it. You're going to want to set it all the way down to 1 pixel. Okay, and then here's your colors over here. You can click this top part here. That's the color we're going to use. And you can drag around in here. I'm going to set it to black to do the outline of this heart. Okay, and then look at your paper to remember how you drew your shape. And I'm just kind of doing this freehand, so maybe there's better ways to make a heart than what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to go fast for this tutorial and show you how to you could just click pixel by pixel, and maybe you want to go like this for this one. I don't really like that. The way I did it off screen before was like that. Now, what about for the red? So you can click this color thing here, this square here, and select a different color. I'm gonna go with red. Okay, and then if you want to be really artistic, fancy, and do some shading, you can do that, and you could, maybe pick a different shade of red. Sometimes I use this for an assistant, kind of just chunks it up for you. And maybe you do some shading for the bottom part of the heart. Maybe you do highlighting for the would this be enough? Let's see, let's just see what it looks like. And some people are really, really good with colors, and they just have a knack for it. And so you can see what your heart looks like when you zoom out. Now, how do you save it? So all year long, we're gonna go File, Save, and you're gonna want to save into this Documents folder. Don't save in Download, save in Documents. Okay, and then I saved it as Pixel Heart earlier. I'm just gonna call this one Heart, and you see all my other stuff from like last year and other years. And then so Heart in the Documents folder. Okay, not in the cloud. So you're gonna get a window when you hit save to save in the cloud. No, hit save to this computer. Okay, save to the computer and then save it in the documents. Don't save it into your cloud, the Adobe Cloud. That just causes problems as the year goes on. So then you go File, Export now to turn it in for the assignment for Canvas, and for when we're making video games, you're gonna wanna know this, export as PNG. That'll save the transparent parts. If you export as a different format like a JPEG, or it will make all the transparent parts white. So we want this PNG. And then save it in the documents. And then look, so I did this earlier, and so when I saved it as a Photoshop document, it's PSD, Photoshop document. And then PNG is the exported file that we created. And so you'll see that there's two with the same name, but with a different extension, different file type. So I have Heart Photoshop document, and now I'm making my PNG right here. And so when I hit save, I'll have it in there. And that's the one that I will select to turn into Canvas. Okay? So go ahead and have fun making your first pixelated item for a game. And yeah, have fun.